thank you for watching avivTarot, and can you believe it? Today is the last day of August. Yeah, so it's ready to, well, I'm ready to do another what's going to happen in the next 30 days tarot reading. And the reason, I know a lot of people on YouTube, they do like what's going to happen in September, you know, September good news and that kind of thing. But since my video is timeless, and I do think like whenever you come across this video, there's a message for you. So that's why I don't really put a particular month stamp to the video, and that's why it's named what is going to happen in the next 30 days. And so whenever you come across the video, it would be from that day onwards for the 30 days. All right, so so this is what's going to happen in the next 30 days type of reading. And so here are, this is not a mistake. I did this on purpose because I always feel like 1 is over here and 3 is here and 2 is always in the middle. And so I just wanted to vary it up a little bit. And so this is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. And I will still read it in 1, 2, 3 in that order. However, the position of it is a little bit different, just to vary it up. All right, so make your pick, and since you guys are doing that right now, I will tell you, I also picked out a general energy card that it will apply to everybody and for the next 30 days hopefully. And you probably see this card. It's a romance card. It's actually, when I was shuffling because I think pile number 2 has like kind of like an all over the place type of energy. I don't know. Because just when I was shuffling, the cards would just keep flying out, like a lot of cards would fly out. And when I was gathering the cards back up, I didn't realize, I think it might be number 2 when I was shuffling, maybe number 3, I can't really remember. But this card was actually left on the ground, and I figure, meaning that I didn't notice that it was like hidden. And when I was picking up another like pile of cards that just like flew out, and I realized this one was actually on the ground the whole time. It was being left out there, and I can't remember which of the piles was it when I shuffled that it falls out. So I figured that this is probably also a general energy that will apply to everybody watching the video. So that's why I picked it out. All right. That's a lot of explanation. You're like, I don't care. Just tell me my reading, right? So here it is, the first card that is the general energy for the next 30 days for everyone. And it's number 21. It's called ecstasy. I'll just read the message, okay? And because I actually didn't really read it, so I don't know what is. Okay. Ecstasy is a buoyant state of joy. One of the finest ways to maintain a state of joyness is to examine the dark side of your being, that instinctual nature that most human beings repress in civilized life. Within this instinctual nature are the seeds of ecstasy. We tend to live in our minds, in our emotions, occasionally in spirit, and almost never in our instinctual depths. We are born as wild as mountain lions, but live most of our lives like sheep, forgetting and denying whole parts of our lives. Sit on the earth with your back against a tree and get in touch with your roots, which move deep into Middle Earth. This will restore your joyness and balance. Each day, listen to your body, mind, and your heart. What are they telling you about a given situation? Ecstasy is like a wind horse waiting to be ridden, the last wild ride before your passage into enlightenment. Take courage and live your passion fully. So this is about enjoying your life. Listen to your instincts. I know sometimes like if you really follow your instincts, it'll probably kill you, because I actually read one of these like relationship expert, right? And he was saying that, you know, in a relationship, sometimes when you listen to your instincts, it will do you bad instead of good. In particular, he was really referring about like at the very beginning stage of relationship when you haven't even called each other your boyfriend, girlfriend. It's still in that very, very beginning, getting to know each other, and I don't know where we stand type of phase. And he was saying like, you know, a lot of the women or man, when they really like someone, they would just follow their instincts. The instincts tells them that, oh, I need to text this person right away. And when they write back, I have to text them right away and just show that I'm interested. So otherwise, they'll go to where somebody else, blah, 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 that kind of thing. And he's like, well, that kind of instincts were actually going to kill it, right? Because then to the other person, if they don't like you back, or they only like start to like you a little bit, but the way that you're acting kind of scares them off, and so maybe it wouldn't work. However, I agree to it in some to some extent, because I think that yeah, but I really think like sometimes if that relationship just doesn't work out, that just means that that person is probably not the right person. But yes, of course, you probably need to have a little bit of a tactic, a little bit of a plan. But really, like, I think too much planning, too much of this like scheming type of things, it's just, I think relationship is supposed to come just like free flowingly, right? And of course, when you chase something really hard, you just have to chase it harder in order to get it. And I agree with that. And he was also, you know, referring to about like following your instincts. For example, and which will do you bad is like when you go in the ocean and when there's a huge wave coming to you, and your instincts is to swim back to the shore. I think that's what he said. But the right thing to do is to allow the waves to take you instead of trying to go against it, which that I agree to. But that's like when you are lacking the knowledge of something, then following your instincts is really bad. But I think if you have enough knowledge of what to do and the right way of doing things, sometimes not the right way, but like, you know, but just like you just know there's like a right way, like knowledge. I really think it's the knowledge, okay, the wisdom of things, and then you use your instinct to better it, further it. I think that's when your instincts will serve you the most and probably the best, right? So anyways, the card is telling you to follow your instincts. And because see, this is the thing, that is saying that we were supposed to be like this wild animals and living and just follow our instincts about things and go about a lot of things. But then we are so taught to close everything off, not show our emotions, and not to do the right thing, right? That sometimes we let that burden ourselves a lot. And I think this is just to tell you that let go of yourself a little bit, okay? And sometimes making mistakes only make you more human and more likable, right? And so just take that into consideration and see, right? So, and then I actually saw this card because it was lying there, and that's the reason why I decided to take it in and put it as part of the general message, is because look at this. Soulmate. And I think coupling with this is, I think when you see somebody, you might have that instinct that, oh my God, I know this person, and I feel like I could really tell them anything. Don't be the crazy kind. There are people that are, you know, they see somebody, they're like, you're my soulmate, and just like stalk them, right? Don't be that stalker type of creepy-ish person. But I really think like if you actually have that feeling that that someone could be your soulmate, you know, start still slow, because really, like, you still don't really know the person. It's just that familiarity of this person make you feel, and start slow, like start with a friendship and then just see where it goes. And I really think like it needs to go both way. Okay, the other person needs to feel that way about you as well. If you only feel it one-sided of like, I know you are my soulmate, but the other person does not feel that way, that person is probably not your soulmate. Okay, so the soulmate thing, really, I think it needs to go both ways, not one-sidedness. Okay, so that is that, and you would only find out you will only find out if that person also thinks you are their soulmate as well, by their behavior, by how they talk to you. But I mean, of course, don't like overread things, but I think follow your instincts and just live a balanced, joyful life, and good thing will come to you. Your soulmate is gonna come. All right, so that is the general message that for the next 30 days, maybe you'll meet your soulmate or somebody that you'll really connect with. Okay, and of course, I have to just pinpoint one more thing. For me, soulmate does not have to be somebody who you are attracted to romantically. I believe that soulmate could be anybody, okay, that you just feel very familiar with. It could be your friends, could be your family, that you just feel like you know each other from a past life, and you just love them deeply and unconditionally. Okay, I think that's the thing. It needs to be unconditional love, even if maybe that's what it is. Even if it's one-sidedness, that it needs to be this unconditional thing that you can't be like stalking and asking them to return that same type of passion back to you if that person does not feel that way. And if you are truly meant to be for the other person, or that person is meant to be for you, or to be your soulmate, the unconditional love is that they're happy. Their happiness is like you treat it as like your own. And so if it means that you have to let them go and to see other people or not be with you to be happy, you need to be happy about that too. I just thought, that's something I live by, right? There are a lot of people I was like, oh my God, we're really connected and I wish we could be together, but we're not together, and they are when they're with somebody else. I just wish them the best of luck, and I wish all the happiness to them. Okay, so that is the general reading for my audiences. All right, so we will go into the piles. So I will start with pile number 1, and then 2 and 3, and the timestamps are in the description box below. I will see you at pile 1. Bye. So this is the general energy for the next 30 days for pile number 1, and it is the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. Okay, it actually, did I just flip this around? I think it came out reversed. So, okay. This 7th chakra is your crown chakra, and if you know what the crown chakra is all about your mind, your instincts, which is I talks about instincts, right? It is, so I think because it came out reversed, so what it means is that you are actually not letting yourself follow your instincts, follow your intuition, not instincts, intuition, okay? You have intuition about a lot of things, but a lot of the times you don't follow it, you don't listen to it, and you're blocking it, and because you think, that's not possible. And so this card is just telling you that for the next 30 days, watch out for some intuitive feelings about things, or intuitive warnings for you, right? Your intuition is going to be very strong, but you have the tendency to block it, okay? So just be a little bit of aware of that a little bit, that you have great intuition, but you just have to listen to it, okay? A lot of times you actually don't follow it. And I think for the next 30 days, you might also be blocking a little bit of that intuition that you get. But just so it came out reverse, just to I guess I don't want to say warn, but just to let you know that it would be to your benefit if you actually listen to your intuition. Okay, so this card is, when I'm shuffling, I was asking what is going to happen in your romantic love life for the next 30 days, okay? So this is just a general also for the next 30 days, what is going to happen to your love life. It's worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So whether if you're single, if you're with somebody, it's only you're single or you're with somebody, or I guess if you're not looking. But in your romantic life for the next 30 days, I think probably if you're single, you might just, if you have someone that you're eyeing on, maybe for the next 30 days is not the right time to have the relationship further into the next level. You might have to wait a little bit. Maybe you have to examine a little bit, observe them a little bit more. And maybe because something might be off about them that you're not aware at this time. And so the next 30 days would be a great time to observe. And maybe you even have some instinct or instinctual intuition and feelings about this person, that maybe something is off, or maybe intuition that this person is the one, but maybe the person is actually busy with something, or their mind is not in having a relationship at the moment. So I'm just telling you to maybe be a little bit of patient, and just don't hurry into things, which is totally resonated with what I just said at the very beginning, right? Even if the person is your soulmate, if you're just beginning to get to know that person, don't push for it, right? Be a little patient, observe, and see what happens, okay? And if it's meant to be, everything, the universe will come and help you, okay? So this card is just telling you that. And if you are with someone right now, I don't know if you're waiting to go into the next step in the relationship. Maybe you want to get married. Maybe you are married and, I don't know, you want to have kids or something like that. Right now, maybe the next 30 days, it's only 30 days, okay? Just the next 30 days. It's not going to be the right time yet. The right time will come. And I have a pretty good feeling that it might come pretty soon, okay? So that is that, and let's see what else we got. And so I got the Lenormand cards, and this one is the dog and the rod. Okay, the rod is usually, it means like arguments, or also means like something repeating. It might mean a little bit of violence, okay? Just not something like it's not a great card, but it could also mean, just sweeping. You need to do some cleaning up of things, okay? And dog means loyalty, dog means friendship, dog means faithful things, okay? Something close to you, like a companion, or it could just literally mean like a dog, okay? So to me, with the rest of the other cards, I just feel like maybe you need to do some cleaning up, okay? You might, some people might appear to be very, very loyal to you, maybe you will get into an argument with a friend, okay? That could be something, or like a close family, or somebody that you're really close with, right? Somebody who's very loyal to you too, and you might be having some kind of argument with them about something, and we need to draw more cards to see what the argument might be about. But or maybe you can have an argument over about like friendship, or like what is loyalty, or what is faith mean, to you or to the other person, okay? It could be an argument over this topic as well. So we have to see the other cards, and maybe I could explain and see how to, go about these two cards a little bit more. Okay, so the tarot cards is actually, I drew them out to define what is going to happen in the next 30 days, but in 10 days increments, okay? So for pile number 1, you are a little special because you have so many cards. I actually wanted just 1 card per 10 days, okay? But so for the first 10 days, 2 cards fell out, and it's these 2 cards. And it is the 3 of Pentacles and a 5 of Pentacles, okay? And then the second 10 days, so from the 11th day to the 20th day, you got the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, by the way, today the tarot cards, because this is about the future, so I'm going to read all of the tarot cards upright, even if they come reversed, okay? But this one came in, I don't know, they look all upright to me. Okay, so, and then the third 10 days, which is from the 21st day to the 30th day, again, 2 cards fell out, and it is the 10 of Pentacles and Judgment, okay? So the first 10 days, second 10 days, and the third 10 days. And let's see. So you got a 3 of Pentacles and a 5 Pentacles, okay? So the next 10 days, let's say, the next 10 days, you might feel a little bit, being left out in the cold, and it's all, okay. What I notice also, look how many Pentacle cards here. And then you got 2 major Arcana cards as well in the next 30 days. I think something big, something major is going to happen, okay? Something big, like life-changing events is going to happen in the next 30 days, okay? And maybe that is why something big is going to happen. That's why your romantic life is going to be put on hold for a little bit, okay? So let's say for the next 10 days, it's Pentacle suits. I mean, you have a lot of Pentacles. It's probably, you're going to be, I have a feeling that it's probably going to be more financial and career oriented for the next, your next 30 days in general is going to be like that, more financial and work related. That's why your romantic life is on hold. Okay. However, so for the first 10 days, you might feel a little bit left out in the cold, and also 5 of Pentacles. 5 means change in general, right? So there's probably going to be a change in your financial situation, and so I feel like maybe you might feel a little bit like, I don't know, maybe there will be a drop in maybe your salary, drop in your wages, and then you feel like, what the, like, I can't support myself, right, with the money I'm getting right now. And you might, or maybe there's some financial changes. You might be quitting your current job and you are looking for a new job. And 3 of Pentacles is about working together, okay? It's about collaboration. And it's also about art, because look at this person. He's working on this statue, right? So it's working on something as a collaboration, but without help, okay? So, and I feel like over here, just this particular deck, they're not working together, but I mean, they're in the same building, but the 2 are just watching them. Maybe this person might be the person who, no, yeah, they're just watching them creating this artwork. So maybe they talked about it, and now this person is the doer, but even that, he's not getting any help. He's just working on it alone, right? So I feel like maybe your job right now, you feel like you oftentimes, it's supposed to be a project, that it's a group project, and it always ended up that you are working on it alone, and you just feel like the amount of work that you put into your work, or into your job, or whatever it is, or even at school, okay, if you're still in school, the amount of time that you invest into this thing is just not worth, you feel like your compensation is just not equivalent, okay? And so you feel like even the amount of work that you put in, you're not getting enough money back. And so maybe you are thinking about maybe finding a new job that will pay a little bit better or what have you, okay? But see, the Five of Pentacles, you actually ended up having a companion. So Three of Pentacles is that you're working alone and you just feel like the amount of investment that you put into working on whatever it is that you're working on is not, you're not being compensated equally for the amount of time that you put into it. But then maybe midweek or during the first 10 days ish, you will feel somebody else will come to help you out, but maybe they'll leave with you to find a new job or some kind of thing, or maybe they'll come and help you, but it might be a little late because you just feel like you're so tired of, this kind of thing, and you're like all crippled up, right? You just feel like you're all injured. You just feel like you want to go somewhere that people will appreciate you a little bit more. Go to a workplace that people will appreciate you a little bit more. So that is what I see for the first 10 days of the next 30 days. And then during the second 10 days, which is from the 11th day to the 20th days, in the next 30 days, you get the Wheel of Fortune. And as you know, Wheel of Fortune is all about having great fortune and then things coming in a circle and then putting things back into your favor, okay? So whatever happened in the first 10 days that you just feel like you are being left out in the cold, or you just feel like things are just not fair, or you're just so unlucky and you get laid off, that could be another thing, or you get a reduce in money at work, or whatever that happens. Just like the first 10 days, it just feels like a lot of hard work, but then you're not being compensated back the same. And it could be the same thing in your family too, even though I'm talking about, I think because the tarot cards is all pentacles too, so I have a strong feeling that it's about financial and work related, but it could be your family as well. So you feel like in your family household you are doing all of the work and they're just standing there and watching you, and then look at this guy, he's not even looking at you, just like gossiping to this person, and then you just feel like, gosh, I'm like, there's nothing more I can do. Maybe it's time for me to go and see what happens, or maybe try something new, right? But on the second 10 days in the next 30 days is that things will things will favor you and then from the 11th day to the 20th day, so the second 10 days in the next 30 days, that you will feel that luck is going to be on your side and you have everything that you needed for things to happen, okay? Is the Wheel of Fortune. So you're going to feel pretty fortunate. So something great is going to come to you during this middle time period of the next 30 days, okay? And also, let's see, what do I see in here? 10 is also, let's see, it's back into 1. It's also like at the end of a cycle as well, right? That and then also a beginning of a new cycle. So something, you really will be putting an end to something and then beginning something, and you'll feel very lucky about it. Okay, so that's the second 20 days. So the second 10 days, and because of your romantic life is about worth waiting for, maybe the second 10 days you might see a little bit of a progression in your romantic life. However, it is still not the time to either be together or to move forward into whatever yet. Okay, so but things will look a little bit brighter to you. And you know what, okay, now sorry, I'm jumping back and forth because I haven't talked about these two cards as much because it was depending on the other tarot cards. And since we're talking about this, and I feel like this is what it is, okay? So you're gonna have maybe arguments. There's something like you feel like you're always working on things alone, and you're gonna have arguments with your friends, okay? Or even family members about things, and it could relate it to a job situation, so coworker who you feel very close to, almost like your friend, right? Or family members. If this is about like family, like you know, when you're at home, you always feel like you are the person that's doing the most of the work, and so you're gonna probably have a little bit of an argument over that. And so things are quite, you know, a little bit unsettling in these 30 days, okay, for you. So this is probably going to be an ongoing thing for the next 30 days, but the second 10 days things are going to turn into your favor. So even the arguments, it will prove that you are probably right, and or even if you lost the argument or something, you will have some favorable outcome that's favoring you, okay? And then, which I totally think that's what it is, right? So because the last 10 days in the next 30 days is everything, you're gonna have judgment, and you have the 10 of Pentacles. Oh my God, look at this. 10, 20, which is 2 10s, and then 10s. 2 10s and 10s. Okay, so maybe like 10 and 20 is like a number for you, okay? So like completions of cycles. And I feel like the last 30 days, you will get your judgment, okay? So it's kind of like this, is that things come into your favor in the middle part of the next 30 days, okay? And then finally, you will see judgment, okay? You will see that whoever did you wrong, or whatever unfair situation that's happening to you during the first 20 days, this will all become clear to you during the last 10 days of this next 30 days, okay? So, and you will have abundance, okay? So maybe if you'll find like a new job that give you all these fulfillment of like money, and people working together with you, and you're gonna just like feel very happy, very fulfilled. And if it's about family, okay, like you feel like you need to like go out and just like can't deal with them, the last 10 days, you will come back together. You will resolve whatever issue that you had with your family members or household, whatever. Everybody will get back together. You will have something resolved. And see, arguments to me sometimes is not as bad. Like you actually work things out. You actually tell the other person that it's a way of communicating. Yeah, it's a way of communication, right? Sometimes we bury everything inside and we don't let the other person know, and so people don't know that they triggered our button, or something that they did is like we are totally not okay with. And having arguments and stuff like that, only that the other person understands you a little bit more, and maybe that's how like you guys will come back together, and you will feel a lot happier. You will feel like you are more understood by family and friends, and especially dog is like a close family, loyal friend, okay, family member, so they will come back to you. Okay, so that's what it is. And judgment, something's probably going to happen, okay, that they feel like, oh my goodness, what have I done to you? We need to set things straight and put justice to things. Okay, so that's what that is. So I feel like in terms of your next 30 days, it looks pretty bright, although the first 10 days is which is going to come up. So if you watch the video right now, and then that means maybe it's from September 1st to September 10th that this is what's going to happen, and this is from September 11th to the 20th, September 21st to the 30th, okay? But again, like I said, this is timeless, so whenever you come across this video, so it's the next 10 days, and then the second 10 days, the third 10 days. And so just to recap a little bit, we have this general energy of like listen to your instincts, being instinctual, being like just follow your instincts. And for pile number 1 people, usually you have great intuition, but you ignore it a lot of the times. And so just be careful for the next 30 days that when you do get a feeling about something, listen to it and then like see if it's worth exploring, okay? And maybe it's good to listen to it and follow through with whatever your instincts tell you to do. And as for your romantic life, it's probably going to be on hold. I think it's just like something, it's probably more stable than, not. That means like if you're together with someone, nothing's gonna move forward or going backwards. It's just like things are probably just gonna stay the same for the next 30 days. And if you're single, it's probably about that too. You're just gonna probably stay around like that same status for the next 30 days, because whatever is planned out for you by the universe is still at work, okay, for the next 30 days. So you're just gonna have to stay put a little bit. And then there's gonna be arguments with your close friends or close companion or family members. There's probably gonna be a little bit of that argument and disagreement and unhappy feelings, okay, in the next 30 days. It might be an ongoing thing and it might annoy you a whole lot, okay, but if we look at so we break it down into the first 10 days, second 10 days, and the third 10 days. The first 10 days is going to be a little bit tough. You might always feel like you're left out alone. Financially, or at work, you always feel like you are the only one person working, and you might have some like people gossiping about you or something and not helping you out, and just like, even though it's supposed to be a collaboration, you might just feel like, gosh, I'm not being compensated for the amount of time and energy that I put into things. And you feel like you want to go for a different direction. You want to maybe look for a new job. If it's a family situation or household situation, you might just want to like not talk to them. You just kind of left them and you're just like whatever, okay? But even though you're alone in the first card, the second card, you will have somebody to accompany you if you were to leave either the job or the family situation, okay? And then the second, third days, things are going to look up for you in your favor. Whatever you feel like that you are not fairly treated, things will kind of turn into the wheel of fortune, right? Things are going to turn in your favor, and you might feel pretty lucky about something. Something lucky is gonna happen to you in the second 10 days of the next 30 days, and you actually have everything that you needed for you to move forward into whatever things that you plan out to do, because this is about change. And then lastly is the final 10 days of the next 30 days, you will either reconcile with this friend that you fought with, argued with, or at work you might find a new job. If you actually left your job the next 10 days, you might find a job that will be pretty fulfilling. And if it's about house, you guys will actually reconcile, kiss and make up, and you'll feel very happy. Or even if you didn't leave your job, okay, people will come back to you, because over here the lucky thing, the wheel of fortune favoring you, and about judgment. So whatever that was happening like badly at workplace or something, those people that did you wrong will get their justice, will serve. They will get their judgment. People will know like, oh, you are the person who put in the most work. Maybe you'll get a promotion because it's a 5 to 10. It's like a 10 times, twice of the money, right? So you actually might get a promotion. Your family things are looking great. Everybody's happy, right? And working together. And so that is what I see for pile number 1 for the next 10 days. So I hope you enjoy this reading. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Okay, so first of all, we got the family card. Okay, happy family. Look at that. Okay, so this is the general energy for pile number 2, people, for the next 30 days. I think you're gonna feel pretty happy. Your family life is going to just happy and stable, because number 4 is about stability. And look at this, it's like rainbow, and so you have if the rainbow also represents the 7 chakras, so everything looks just perfect for you, okay? And it's just like you're just super happy, yay. Okay, so that's the general energy for the next 30 days. So things are probably just, it's probably going to be a pretty happy month, whether at work or at home. So yeah, just great. All right, so this is the romance angel card, which I asked about what is your romantic life is going to be like for the next 30 days. And you got let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Okay, so if you're single, that's exactly what it means. If you are that, okay, let me put it this way, because you could be single and you don't want a relationship. So then, you know, whatever, then this card is more like, you know, you'll just hang out with your friends because you're not really looking, or even though you're single, you're not really looking, your friends might be like, oh my god, I got the perfect guy for you, or I got the perfect girl for you. Do you want to see them? Maybe go out with them and just see what happens. So that might happen as well, okay? So, but if you're single and you are looking, you probably should let your friend know, because they might hook you up with the people that they know are still single or looking, right? And just, you know, let your friends help you, or maybe go to the gatherings. Don't be at home. If you're sitting at home all the time, how are you going to meet anyone, right? I guess your neighbors. What are the chances? That's only in the movies, right? But your friends will help you, okay? So that's if you're single. And if you are with somebody, whether you're just boyfriend and girlfriends or your husband and wife, whatever it is, I think that you might be having a lot of like maybe parties or friends gathering, because this is about happy family, right? So I think you're just gonna be pretty happy. Okay, so I don't have a lot of things to say because it's just very happy cards, right? Okay, so the next thing is the Lenormand cards, and it's the Anchor and the Woman. No, just kidding. It's this way around. It's the Woman and the Anchor. Okay, so Anchor is again about stability. Okay, and usually you get a woman or the man's card. It just represents the querent, the whoever's asking the question. So in that case, that would be pile number 2 people that this represents you. Okay, so I feel like you're in the next 30 days, like I was saying, you're gonna feel very stable, you're gonna feel very calm, it might be a little bit, because this is the anchor. It's like you're anchoring down things, right? And so like some people like it because it means it's stable, it's a stability thing, but sometimes people might not like it because it also means it could be a little bit boring. It means like nothing super like surprising is gonna come and like shake you up a little, you know? So it's gonna be pretty anchoring, pretty stable, but I personally, I think that's great. You know, having stability is great, like especially financial wise, right? So that would be that, whether it's finance or, because this is a general energy, so it could be your financial situation, your job, okay? Nothing is going to be like get you crazy overstressed. In the next 30 days, it's going to be pretty stable. I mean, if you're watching it right now in August, then, you know, September usually is pretty calm, right? Things get a little bit crazier in October, maybe because we're going towards like the holiday season, so we want to get things done, right? But so yeah, September is like a new beginning for like school, right? All that stuff. So usually it's pretty like just pretty good. So pretty anchoring. And then at in your maybe family or household, you're gonna have pretty happy family and stability. Okay, all right. So the tarot cards, what I asked is what I use is that it's about specifically the 10 days. So I did it 10 days this time just to vary it up. Last time I did it by week, so it's the 7 days. Okay, so this is 10 days and then 1 card per 10 days. Okay, so this is the first 10 days, the second 10 days, and the third 10 days. So, and together that would be the 30 days, right? So we're not reading reversals today because it's about the future. So we're gonna just, I didn't even realize it all came out reversed. That's crazy. So we're just gonna flip it around. So you got 2 of Pentacles, you got 4 of Wands, and you got Ace of Swords. That's great. Okay, so the first 10 days, you might be juggling about a few things. And I feel like the energy over here is pretty even out. You don't get the cup, so you, again, that's funny because you didn't get the cups. Cups is about emotions. And so when you take the emotions out of things, you become very stable, you become maybe to the point of a little bit boring, right? You're not, because your emotions is not running wild, right? So the lack of cups card in this pile is that not that you're emotionless, it's just that you don't have that emotion roller coaster, okay, for the next 30 days. That's what I feel like. And so the first 10 days of your next 30 days is that you might be juggling a few things. However, this is also like an infinity sign, so there's infinite possibility, okay? So you might be presented with some new things, with a lot of possibilities, okay? But you're just trying to juggle it, and it might be like a little bit of probably more work related, that you might be offered 2 different great chances or great opportunities that you're trying to figure out, what should I do? Or there might be a few things that you need to juggle the first 10 days. But I don't think it's going to be something great or huge that is going to mess you up or give you a lot of stress just because of this card and this card, okay? So, or another possibility is that if you're single, you might have 2 people that, that looks equally great, equally give you equal, like, I don't know, equally great people that you're trying to figure out which one do you want to choose, right? So it's just 2 things that you're trying to juggle for the first 10 days. It might be you might just have like a few options that you need to sort through and see what works best for you, okay? That is the energy for the first 10 days of the 30 days. But then we move into the 11th to the 20th day, which is the mid 10 days of the next 30 days, is that you are going to feel very stable. Again, number 4, okay? The stability thing is that, and if you break it up, it's 2 and 2, right? Okay, I'm just looking into things. But, even this is like 8, 4, right? 4 plus 4 is 8. It's this, just like this anchoring feeling and also happy feeling. And look at this is like 2 people super happy and holding hands up and like celebrating and have kids on the side, right? And then like castle. Okay, so I think again, I think this is, it looks, don't you think like the 2 cards look very, very similar, and it has like similar colors too? So just like very happy, and they're both 4s. All right, so again, I don't think I have to say much, right? It's just happy family. And if and maybe in the second 10 days you finally made a decision, and you guys are going to have a pretty good you guys are going to like, hey, so I like you, you like me, so why don't we just be together? And you call it good that, I'm your boyfriend, you're my girlfriend, whatever it is, right? So that second 10 days, you actually might meet this person, right? That, and you just feel like, oh gosh, so you're gonna have pretty, so the second 10 days, you're gonna feel pretty stable, you're gonna feel very happy, and your relationship might move on to the next level. If it's not that, maybe the second 10 days in romantic life, that your friends are just gonna set you up with a whole bunch of people, and you will just keep going to a lot of different parties, wedding ceremonies. Maybe that's where you will meet that person of your life, right? So that is that for the next 10 days. And then finally, in the third 10 days, so last 10 days of the month, you will get clarity of things. You will see, maybe because it's first 10 days, you're trying to juggle things. There are opportunities presented to you, and you're trying to figure out what is the best way, what should I do? And you'll get clarity. If you haven't made a decision in the second 10 days, you will see clarity in the third 10 days, okay? And I think that you will actually put it maybe into action, even though the sword card is more about thoughts and thinking. It's not an action card, but something will inspire you, okay? Something, and you'll see clearly into things, and maybe that's that. Like the second 10 days is that you finally, so maybe if it's about two people that you really like, and you couldn't make a decision, and so you go out with them, and then you go to parties, and you try to figure out like, who do I want to choose, okay? And maybe you'll see that in the third 10 days of the month, like, oh, okay, I see which one you made your decision, which person you want to go with, okay? So if that is about romantic life, and as for work or financial things, maybe you have two projects that you're trying to figure out which one works better, and then in the third week you will the third 10 days, so from the like the 21st to the 30th day of the month, not of the month, but of the 30 days, okay? You will see clarity which one you want to choose, okay? And you will begin working on brainstorming, on working on the project, okay? So it's a new start. It's great. I don't think so for pile number 2 people, I think you are going to have a great 30 days, okay, great month. Things are going to look pretty good to you. You might have to, there might be some things that's going to trouble you for the first 10 days that you have to make a decision, think about and weigh it, okay? But it will bring you infinite possibilities, both. Doesn't matter which one you choose, okay? It will be equally beneficial to you, but you just want to know, you just have to see which one is better, okay? But you'll see that clarity in the third 10 days. So just to recap, okay, so for pile number 2 people, in your general energy, you will have a pretty happy family life, happy work, happy job, happy school, happy whatever. It's just going to be pretty happy and stable. And for you in your romantic life, if you're single, your friends will help you, introduce you to people that might interest you. Maybe you'll go to a few gatherings, right? And you might meet some people that could be a potential because of this card. And just like your friends, but don't stay at home. Your friends will, you will need your friends' help, okay? In your romantic life. And if you're together with someone, you probably will just have a happy family, right? And you might go out with your friends and just be happy. And I know, I just sound like a broken record. And then for the Lenormand cards, again, it reiterates that you're gonna feel pretty stable. Because this is about you. This is you. This represents you. So you're gonna feel very stable. You're gonna feel very anchored down. It might be a little bit boring to some extent, but stability is always good, okay? Whether it's in your home life, your financial life, or maybe even your school life, okay? If you're still in school, if you're a student. Yes. And then so the first 10 days, you're gonna have either if it's romantically, you might be juggling between 2 or 3 or whatever number of people, and you're trying to make a decision because you're trying to see which person you're most compatible with. Okay, so you're trying to decide. Okay, and if it's about job or financial situation, you might be presented with 2 or 3 or whatever, however many opportunities, and you're trying to juggle this, and also making a decision, trying to see which one is better. But they're equally good. Okay, they will equally bring you infinite possibilities, infinite benefits, but you just have to see which one works the best for you. And that is the general energy for the first 10 days. And then we go into the second 10 days of the 30 days, is that you're going to feel very stable, again, this thing. And if your family life, you're gonna feel stable and happy and everything working out, and you're just like emotionally fulfilled. And if you're single, romantically, you actually you might be going out with a lot of people. Maybe you'll meet somebody at a wedding ceremony. Okay, maybe that's how your friends will help you. Yeah, just like parties or something. It just looked like celebration. Okay, if it's about like finance and career wise, you are going to have pretty good stable thing. You're gonna feel pretty happy. Things are just great. However, you have not decided on which way to go yet in the second 10 days, because it's just but things are stable and you're just like and I feel like the reason I feel like you haven't made a decision yet, because it's still equally 2 and 2, right? So on both sides, so you're still like trying to see which one is best, still trying to work it out, but it's a Wands energy instead of the Pentacle or something that's slower, so it's moving a little bit faster and with action. Okay, and then finally the third 10 days, if you're looking at the same like work job wise, that's the 2 things that or 3 things, whatever, that you're trying to figure out and trying to make a decision, you will see clarity and you will know which way you want to go, and you will probably put it into action, and by brainstorming or and you just have like this clear thoughts, clear thinking, you see things more clear. And if you are like romantically, again, you're trying to see which partner you want to go with, right? I think you will see which person meet the most criteria or conditions that you're looking for in a partner, and if it's family or school or whatever, you just see more clearly of things, and you will maybe start something new, like storming of things, like new ideas will come to you that you want to put together and start working on. Okay, so that is that for pile number 2, and let me know how this resonates with you, and don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Great, number 2, and I think it's gonna be a great month for you. Okay, all right, bye. All right, so the first card is 24, which is the adjacent possibilities, and it is in reverse. Okay, so what it means is that adjacent possibility is all about having possibilities, right? But when it comes in reversed, it just means that it's trying to warn you not to miss any opportunities, okay, that may be coming your way, because you are just too stuck to an idea of your own, and you like maybe you're the stubborn kind of person that once you've made your decision or a plan on something, and you just follow through that way, and even though there are new possibilities that is presented to you, you're like, no, I have to do it this way, because I don't know what this is gonna be like, and I don't know. To me, it almost gives me a little bit of that earth sign, astrology, earth sign energy, like Virgo and Taurus. Okay, I feel Capricorn is stubborn too, but I think they will weigh it out a little bit more. But Taurus and Virgo do that energy, or people with that sign too. But since this is a tarot card, so that type of energy where, they are a little bit set on the plan that they decided to do, and they don't like to vary from the plan that they have done because they are scared to take risks because they don't know what is going to happen, because they already did, when they do a plan, they already calculated all of these risks, and when they take risks, it's a calculated risk. It's just like not just blindly following things. But with this card showing up, it's just telling you that don't miss out opportunities when it's presented to you, because you are so stuck to your own agenda and you're too scared to take risks. Sometimes even if things fail, it doesn't mean that you failed. There's something to be learned in doing so, right? So just be careful of that, and that you are your own block of doing something great, okay? But which means that for the next 30 days, there will be, so if you look at it the other way, okay, which means that in the next 30 days, there will be some possibilities, some great opportunities presented to you, but just be careful that you are not your own obstacle, okay? You just need to see if it's a risk worth taking, okay? Because it might send you off to a different place, okay? So that is the next 30 days. You will be presented with possibilities and opportunities. You just have to see it and take it, okay? Because sometimes, possibilities and opportunities are only for people who are ready, right? And if you can't see it, then it's a missed opportunity, right? That's what it is. Okay, so in your romantic life, what is going to happen in the next 30 days is engagement. Oh, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. Okay, so it doesn't mean that you'll get engaged, but it could mean that if you are in that stage, okay? So if you're in that boyfriend-girlfriend stage and you've been together for a while and you want to look into ascending your relationship to the next level, you might be able to do that in the next 30 days. Isn't that great? However, if you are still single, that just means that maybe you will be finding that one person that you are attracted to and they're equally attracted back to you, and you guys will maybe get together and you'll be like, hey, why don't we just see each other and see what happens and just commit to each other, and right? So that is what's gonna happen. Yeah, and I feel like for singles who are not looking, then this probably does not apply to you. It only applies to singles who are looking, and might also singles with somebody that they're eyeing on, okay? Maybe you guys will now be attracted, not be attracted, but like you guys are attracted to each other, and now you finally tell each other, hey, I'm attracted to you and you're attracted to me, why don't we just be together, right? But if you're not looking and you don't have anybody, then this card most likely does not apply to you. However, you still have this card, okay? Because you are not looking and you're like, I'm fine, I'm okay with myself, being by myself, you might miss some opportunities when some people are showing up and telling you or expressing that they, hey, I do like you, right? But you are so set on like, I don't want to be with anyone, you might miss some great opportunities. So that's what that is, okay? If you want to interpret it in a romantic sense of way, a romantic way, you know what I mean. Okay, so that is that for romantic life for the next 30 days. And so I got these lenormand cards. So you got the fishes and the ship. They're both waters. Okay, so let's see what I see. So ship is about foreign places, about foreigners, about traveling, okay? And it could also mean like, if it's a place, it could be like a cruise or some sort, okay? And fishes means abundance. And oh my God, look at this. This is the same ship. Here, can you see? The same ship. All right, so I think, okay, first of all, you might be traveling a lot for the next 30 days, maybe on a business trip, because the fishes is about abundance, so it's about like financial abundance, but it could also mean just like romantic abundance, right, too. So that you might be presented with a lot of possibilities, right, romantic things. And this person most likely could be like some foreign person, okay, or somebody who's traveled from another place to this place. And so anyways, it might be a foreign person. If we're to read it romantically, you might have a few people that you are attracting, right? And they might be foreigners, okay? Or you might have to travel a little bit to have these abundance, okay? So you'll be meeting people when you're traveling. That could be that as well. But if we're explaining this in finance, career sense, you will be probably go on some business trips, which will bring you a lot of money, and might even because you get promoted, that's why you have to go on a lot of business, or you go on a lot of business and you actually got the deal or something, and then you get promoted. A lot of abundance is coming your way, and I think a lot of help is going to be available to you, okay, for pile number 3, and a lot of opportunities being presented to you. And just don't let yourself be your obstacle. I just have to keep reiterate that, okay? Get that in your head, that sometimes you just have to open up your mind, right? Okay, so the tarot cards are so last time I did it 1 per week, so this time I just want to vary it up. It's 1 per 10 days, okay? So this is the first 10 days, the second 10 days, and the third 10 days. So the first 10 days you get the 2 of Pentacles, which is the same as pile number 2, I don't know. And then you get 3 of Cups, and then 2 of Wands. Okay, so the difference between this group and pile number 2 people is that you actually got the Cups card. So you will feel very emotionally fulfilled, emotionally happy. Not that pile number 2 people are not that, but it's just like they don't have that emotional roller coaster, and you might have a little bit of that, okay, here. And just because there's a lack of the Swords card, okay? So sometimes you might not see things clearly for pile number 3 people, okay? So, or you might be thinking too much. I know it's the lack of it, but then because of this, like you're your own block, right? So either you're not thinking much or you're thinking too much, okay? So because you're like, I don't want to do that. Okay, so again, number 2, so the first 10 days you will have opportunities presented to you, and they will give you lots of infinite benefits, infinite opportunities, and you might have to decide on some things that's coming your way, opportunities being presented to you, okay, finance wise, or maybe even romantically, okay, but there's something that you have to decide on or juggle, okay? To me, it's more about opportunities and possibilities coming your way, and then you're trying to weigh which one is better for you. That's how I see this card. And again, you know I'm gonna say, be open-minded about it, okay? Because I think they're equally beneficial, and if it's something not on your agenda, just see what happens. Maybe try it out, and okay. But and then you were moving on to the next 10 days of the 30 days, is that you will have a celebration, okay? So maybe it's this, okay, this engagement. So I think most likely maybe this engagement will happen in the second 10 days of the next 30 days, okay? There's some celebration, maybe at a party, a small gathering. This you'll be proposed, I don't know, because that's the celebration, okay? Or of this, maybe you're being promoted, or maybe you just all of a sudden got a whole bunch of like money for some reason, and then you just want to go celebrate, okay, with your friends and family. Or you might be traveling afar, and you or just, you know, meeting new friends, okay, at this foreign place, and you are celebrating with them and having a drink, or, you know, whatever, meeting new friends, making new friends. So the second 10 days of the next 30 days is that you're gonna have a little bit of a celebration, whether it's because of an engagement, or you're be proposed, or you'll have like a gathering like with friends, having a lot of fun with friends. You might be asked out to like parties or what have you, okay? And again, it's 3, it's about working together, and it's about emotional things. And so I think romantically or work-wise, I think you'll feel pretty happy, okay? And then lastly, on the third 10 days, so the last 10 days of the 30 days, is that you have this globe in your hand, and you're standing by these 2 wands, and you're ready to take action, okay? So whatever you've decided, the opportunities over here that is being presented to you, I think you're willing to see where it will take you, and you are willing to take action, okay? So I think, like, even though you might be an obstacle for yourself, I think eventually you'll come out of it, okay? So I just want you to be aware that you might be your own problem. But I think you will, maybe now that you're reading or watching my video, you'll become more aware of it, and so you are willing to maybe go and see what will happen. And you have the globe in your hand, so everything is in your hand. You're just gonna, you are going to wait and see what is going to happen, okay? You already put the plan into action, okay? So you're just waiting to see the result, okay? So, and that would be also, you know, you traveling afar. And also this could be, you know, if it's romantically, because what happened over here in the second 10 days of the month is that you are getting engaged, you are you know, moving on to the next level, right? Moving on to the next level. And now you're just gonna see what happens. It's the next step of things. So you have to plan it out, you know, if you're being engaged, like getting planning a wedding or something like that, you know, that's what that could be for. But if you are, you know, just starting a new relationship with somebody, and now you guys are just, you know, settling into this couple, like couple mode, and you're trying to get to know each other and try to adapt to each other and trying to learn about each other. So that is that, okay? And you actually do see a future with this person, okay? So that is what I see for pile number 3. So just to recap a little bit, first of all, the general energy for pile number 3 for the next 30 days is that you will be presented a lot of possibilities, okay? Especially in the first 10 days, you'll be presented a lot of possibilities. But the only thing that you have to be aware of is that don't be too stuck on your own agenda. You need to be a little bit more open-minded. Don't be your own obstacle. Just see what happens. Let other people present it to you, and then you can see if it's something that you are interested in going after or not, right? And romantically, if you are single and you're not looking, then nothing will happen. Okay? Even if the reason why I say that is because you're single and not looking, then you're not going to be doing anything about it, right? And even if if you're single and you're not looking, you might be presented with opportunities and possibilities. But if you're too set on your own agenda, like I just want to be single, then you won't notice the opportunities presented, and so most likely you'll have missed opportunities. But if you're single and you're looking, and you're single with somebody that you like already, you are most likely be able to meet somebody or be with that person that you like, okay? You might be able to profess your love to each other, okay? They will have that equal interest back to you, and you guys might just move on to the next level, like, okay, well, we're officially together, right? And if you are together with someone right now, you might be proposed, or if you're proposed, or you might, you know, get be wedded, or if you are together or you're already married, maybe you'll have kids. Who knows, right? So something like your love life is gonna ascend to a higher level of commitment. Okay, so, or like you guys, if you're none of the things that I just mentioned above is you resonate with, it just means that maybe your partner just see that you are just so lovely and they just love you that much more. It could just be as simple as that. Okay, so, and then the general energy for the next 30 days also for in the Lenormand cards is that a lot of abundance is going to come to you, and maybe you might be traveling afar, or you might be meeting somebody who is from afar, or maybe your abundance is coming from afar. So maybe like you're doing a business deal in a foreign country, or you're going to a business trip from in a different country, or just not even different country, maybe a different state. Okay, something involves traveling. Okay, and most likely foreign, with foreign people, foreign places, and that that abundance is gonna come your way if this is like job related, find job and financial things related. And if it's about your love life, you're going to be again presented with opportunities, and maybe you'll be meeting somebody from like a foreigner. Okay, so you might have a few opportunities of meeting like foreigners, and they might be somebody that you might be attracted to. Okay, so that could be that. And then we go on to the first 10 days. Again, the opportunities being presented to you, and you have to weigh it out and see which one you like the most and that will benefit you the most. I mean, they're equally good, but of course you always know one is going to be, you rather choose one over the other. Okay, and then moving on to the next 10 days. So the second 10 days of the 30 days, you will be doing some celebration, either if you're traveling to like a business trip, or you're just traveling for fun, having a vacation or something. You might be having like small gathering or meeting new friends and like having fun with these new people that you meet. Or if you are not traveling, you are just having fun with friends close to you, right? Close friends, celebrating. And if romantically, you might be getting engaged. So this engagement will most likely happen in the second 10 days of the 30 days. Okay, and then lastly, the third 10 days of the month. So from the 21st day to the 30th day of the 30 day is that everything has been put into action, and now you are just waiting for the result, and you have the globe in your hand and you are ready to rumble. Okay, you're ready to make it work. Okay, so you are you're and you can see the future of things. Okay, so you have like a very bright outlook of things. So whether if it be engagement, like romance, or just finance and work, job, or even school wise. Okay, you see like opportunities, you see things, you just have a very bright onlook about what will happen, because everything that you have put work into, or you know everything is now in like working for you, and you're just waiting for the results to come back to you, and it's like 2-6 coming together. Okay, so, and again, this is like globe, so which kind of like resonate with this foreign thing, so like worldwide type of thing. So if it's business, it's probably going to be like an international business, and you are just going to see what happens. Okay, so that's what I see for pile number 3, and I hope this resonated with you, and then you can comment and share your thoughts or whatever with me, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.